Hey, this is Rahul with RideWithRahul.com and welcome to the Bajaj Pulsar Ace 150 review. The first time I rode a Pulsar, it was almost 9 years ago. It was my friend's 150 with a round headlight. I think some of you may remember that bike. It had a jerky raw power delivery which was fun to us youngsters back then. I've ridden the updated Pulsars after that as well, but just looking at this, I can tell how much we have evolved in Indian motorcycle design. The first thing to hit me on this motorcycle is how smooth and linear the power delivery is. This is a carburetor engine, but it reminds me of the fuel injected system on the Pulsar RS200 I had ridden a few months earlier. Bajaj claims that the engine is all new for this year's Pulsar 150, and it is definitely a lot smoother and different than the old generation Pulsars. Overtaking with a 17 bhp motorcycle is a task, especially since the Ace 150 is much heavier at around 143 kg. I had to maintain the higher RPMs to do any overtaking, and the throttle response feels a tad delayed, similar to the Pulsar RS200. Now, we did some 0 to 60 testing and we were getting around 5.5 seconds on that. Top speed was 124 km per hour, and this is speedo indicated, which is great for a 150cc commuter. The Pulsar really shines here. It's evident that more and more people want a motorcycle that does more than just straights, and pointing the Pulsar to a corner gets a very precise and measured response. However, thanks to the thin rear tire, mid-corner stability isn't great, but you will get used to it. The MRFs provide good edge grip, but if I didn't like something about the handling, it was the suspension setup. The front end is too soft, and braking before the corner entry really compresses the front and it moves around a bit too much, especially if the road is slightly bumpy. Also, picking up the bike from a right corner and quickly flicking it left is a little difficult because of the front end softness. Feedback through the tires are great, but some of that feedback is lost in the softer suspension setup. But the same soft setup works very well when we took it to some bad patches of road. Now, I wouldn't really call it an adventure bike despite the name Adventure Sports, but it is well equipped to handle the Indian road conditions if it ever has to deal with it. We wanted to do an all-round testing, so we went to the open roads as well. The motorcycle can cruise at close to 90 km per hour easily, but if you try to push further, the engine feels stressed. For short bursts of speed, you can redline the engine easily, but for all-day touring, I wouldn't recommend it. Let's take a look at the styling aspects of the Bajaj Pulsar Ace 150. The design is based on the NS, and so everything from the console and body panels are shared with a lot of other Pulsar motorcycles. What is new? The 3/4 fairing is an addition, and also the new windshield, which does come a little bit handy in highway riding situations. This motorcycle comes from the factory equipped with a projector headlamp. Not many new components on this bike, but the overall look is of a new motorcycle. The seating posture is completely upright. Pillion riding comfort will be also good. The seat is a bit too soft like a sofa, so longer rides might cause you back pain, but shorter rides it will be extremely comfortable. City riding is very comfortable with this bike as expected. The handlebars are wide, but filtering is effortless and there is no heating problem on this bike whatsoever. Stopping at a traffic light and waiting for the signal to turn green, we attracted quite a few eyeballs. So you're almost convinced to buy this bike, and the price also seems within reach. But there is one final question. Your friends have bigger bikes and you want to know whether you can keep up in group rides. The truth is, you can, as long as they don't use too much acceleration and restrict the top speed to around 100 km per hour while cruising the highway. The Pulsar Ace 150 makes a reasonable choice for the beginner riders. It can do weekday commute, in heavy traffic and manage pretty well in the weekend short trips. The best part is that you can throw in a bit of twisties and the bike will keep you entertained there as well. If I have to nitpick, I would say that I would perhaps upsize the tires a bit and maybe make the suspension a step harder, but I'm just speaking from an enthusiast point of view. We conclude our 2-day test of the Bajaj Pulsar AS150, and he's a subscriber to our channel, so he collabed with us for this video. So if you have a motorcycle and if you live around Kolkata and you want to have your bike reviewed with us, do contact us in the email address given below. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know how you liked it. And if you're considering to buy this motorcycle, subscribe to Ride with Rahul if this is your first time on the channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you very soon. This is Rahul. Goodbye.